This grandmother came to the edge of the lake to fish and scatter the ashes of her late husband. Suddenly, she saw a girl with tied hands being chased by a man. Seeing the young girl being dragged away, the grandmother could not bear to just stand by and immediately decided to follow them secretly. When she saw the man return to the cabin alone, the grandmother took the opportunity to search for the girl around the area. While she was walking around, suddenly she heard the sound of crying from the basement. She immediately tore the netting on the window, and finally saw the kidnapped girl. At that moment, the sound of a car approaching was heard. The man's wife had come home. From her facial expression alone, it was clear that the woman was also not a good person. The grandmother wrote a message on the window that read, "I will not leave you," then hurried back to her car. She uncovered the tarp on the car, and it turned out underneath there was a simple prefabricated small cabin. Meanwhile, the woman who had just come home saw a red glove in front of the door. Her face immediately changed. She realized something was wrong. She rushed to the basement window, and saw the writing left by the grandmother earlier. Not long after, she found footprints. Realizing that someone else had interfered, the woman immediately became furious, and went inside the house to inform her husband. The man then remembered that he had indeed seen an old woman around the lake earlier. The woman became extremely angry, grabbed a weapon, and immediately went outside. Not long after, the couple saw a small cabin by the lake. They thought the old woman was hiding there. However, it turned out to be a trap that the old woman had prepared. As soon as she saw the man slip and fall into the icy water, the old woman immediately returned to the main cabin. When she was about to help the girl, she found the girl's hand chained with iron. The old woman then made a plan to delay time and make it difficult for the kidnapper couple. She used water to extinguish all the fires in the cabin, and then soaked all the thick clothes and blankets with water so that when the man came out of the cold water, he would have no dry clothes to change into. However, when the grandmother came out of the cabin, she was shot by the kidnapper couple, who had just returned. Fortunately, the bullet only grazed her hand, and she managed to escape into the forest. When the kidnapper couple returned to the cabin, all the heating items were soaking wet and could no longer be used. Seeing the man's body beginning to freeze, they were forced to stay in the car with the heater on. Observing the situation, the grandmother took the opportunity to get into another car belonging to the kidnappers and used its radio to contact the police. Calmly, she explained the situation and her location. After that, she returned to the cabin to save the girl.